I almost fell off the damn curb.
So we're just talking about this, and so I wanted the question that I have is, who is us?
And there's my new friend Joe.
The reason. Hey man, nice to meet you. There's a guy right there. Now who is us to you?
The way that I interpreted it is ego will not divide human.
Ego will not divide humans.
No, sir.
Okay.
I don't believe that should be. The he can refer to absolutely anybody. If you take it as he as in Donald Trump, then yes, this does have a very guided and specific, contextually relevant message. However, if you take it beyond that, because art is not supposed to be. Music's a therapy. You feel it in the moment. When it comes to things like this, the most involved. It's not necessarily supposed to get you to one specific ends through this means. It can lead you to many ends.
Right.
And that end, I believe, is ultimately referring to more of like how people associate he or I with ego. You know what I mean? If people operate from a selfish perspective without putting the majority of people into consideration, then you're going to be honestly divided.
Right.
You're going to spill.
Well, the project here is Shia LaBeouf, right?
Yes.
But you don't have to call me sir.
I apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Because
man.
everyone sirs, you're a good human.
Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that.
Don't be mad.
But it seems like Shia LaBeouf is meaning that he is Donald Trump, and that he, Donald Trump, will not divide us. That's what I get out of it. What do you think?
I didn't get for yesterday.
I'm here to sort of see what everyone else thinks about it. I don't particularly care about this because I'm apolitical.
You're apolitical.
I'm apolitical. I'm way more interested in what everyone else, you people here, are talking about.
Okay. Well.
I believe Shia LaBeouf is an artist because everybody is an artist to some extent, and he's using his celebrity to bring attention to a message that he also falls behind. Because the person that created
he's always getting
Shia
some
LaBeouf,
weird.
but there's actually another man that put it up here named Luke.
Okay.
I spoke to him too, and this is more of a collaboration than it is just a single person.
Is the reason? Now the one in New York was Shia LaBeouf, right?
Yes, sir.
Did
No,
he
there's like three guys.
These three guys did the one in New York as well?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
So they're still working together.
How did they come to Albuquerque?
Well, the one in New York got shut down.
Say it again?
The one in New York.
Oh,
got
I
shut
know,
Yeah, but how did
why
you
did they
choose that?
go to out of all places?
I think he said because of the diversity.
Say it again?
The diversity, like just in
The
Albuquerque.
diversity?
The chance of a fight breaking out on camera.
Oh, the chances are great.
Excellent.
I think it's not just because of the diversity. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Because-
people flashing.
You know, now I heard that they had kek here. Kek, K-E-K, kek. You know that?
Kek?
Do you know what? Do you know
Or something.
Did someone throw a cake at it?
No, the
No,
K.
no.
K-E-K.
Oh, kek.
Yeah, who's kek?
It's like.
All right. Someone was explaining to
It
me.
is a meme. I do, you know.
No, someone was explaining this to me earlier.
Hey, thanks a lot,
something
man. You
about-
taking off?
No, I'm just gonna go talk to people.
No, it's something about Egypt.
Egypt. Because I was looking at the feed in New York, and there was a guy there in New York, and Shia LaBeouf was there, and the guy had a shirt on with that meme on it.
Yeah, Facebook. And somehow he got merged with, like the Facebook sad frog
Oh,
guy.
you're just checking it
I
out.
don't know about that, but Shia LaBeouf looked at it and said, "Are you a racist?" And the guy said, "No." So I'm thinking that kek thing is that. Did you see that? Do you think that is a kek thing like like something that triggers people to think that a person that's doing the kek thing is a racist?
I don't think they're like meaning to do that. I think it's just kind of making fun. Well, not making fun, but like it's a meme. It's just like a viral.
Like a joke.
It's a joke, yeah.
But what does it do? What's it supposed to represent?
It doesn't represent anything. It's just kind of the internet.
I think the fact that people are confused about it is why they keep doing it.
So people are making up their own.
They're making up their own little like.
Apparently,
yeah.
Shia LaBeouf punched a dude over it.
Well, did he? Because he. Well, because
That's what I've been
did you see
told.
the guy that I saw was a pretty straight-looking guy with kind of a real clean shirt and just a thing like he got at Walmart or something. But he didn't attack that guy, did he? So it must have been another guy.
Here?
Like,
Oh no, that was in New York.
Oh,
I
I'm
was
not sure
informed
that-
about this yesterday, so I've just been out here for like a couple hours yesterday and today, so I don't know that.
You know what kek is?
Kek is a god of the internet.
A god of the internet.
Yeah, he's a god. He is a full-fledged god, Kek. And
Oh, so that symbol is for.
yeah,
Do the symbol again. That means Kek?
Yeah, Kek. So Kek,
I thought that meant
he's
Illuminati.
He's a legitimate god.
Yeah.
And he's not some fake, I guess, being.
Uh-huh.
Oh shoot!
But so
Are you
well,
firing shots at like everyone else?
I don't know.
Wait, so
Shots
does he
fired.
represent anything? Oh, okay.
he represents what? He represented the Egyptian god?
Supposedly that's point of origin,
Oh, okay.
but Kek is a god. I do believe in Kek. I do stand with Kek.
So you're a
Oh, wow.
Kek follower.
I
Oh, because there was a girl out here who had a sign, praise Kek. And then now what about that? Rear! What does that mean?
I made the Kek sign.
You made the Kek sign. Okay, well what does the rear mean? What's
It's just their call.
is that the Kek call?
Oh, so did you like tell her to do that or something?
No, she asked me.
Oh, okay.
Is that the Kek screech?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. Well, now it's sort of coming into focus now. So the Kek.
I'm so confused.
Now,
Oh.
but is Kek have anything to do with racism?
No.
Okay.
So what is it? I mean, other than it being a, oh, okay.
I mean, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
Oh, what's a meme? Okay, yeah.
No, what does it mean?
What is it?
No,
What is a meme?
What does it mean?
Well, I heard it.
Except for you, it's I
Um,
think
It's just like a viral. It's something funny on the internet that's like also kind of stupid. I don't know. I didn't know that like Pepe actually meant something. I think like the frog.
Pepe is the frog. That's the name. Is Keki? Does Pepe mean Kek? So when someone says Pepe the frog, that doesn't relate to you. Oh, okay. So it's a religion to some people, but it's a symbol for something else to somebody else. Oh, okay.
Kek and Pepe are different. Alright.
What?
Kek and Pepe are different.
I mean, that's not to be missed. Truly.
We're just curious about it.
Yeah, we're just curious because I saw that there was a woman in I can't remember her name, but in New York, and she went real loud, you know. So that's related to Kek.
Shout out to Brittany Venti. I think that was her.
Brittany, I think that was it. Yeah, Brittany Venti. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's now. Okay, well that's pretty strange. Not strange. It's what's interesting to me that well then who thinks of Pepe the Frog as Kek? Or does nobody? You think of Pepe the Frog as
Like you do.
I do.
Do you believe in Pepe the Frog?
I believe in Kek.
Well, what's the symbol of Kek? The frog. Is it the green frog that everybody looks at as Pepe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's confusing, man.
It's very.
Well, there you go. It's interesting. Well, thank you for the chat. Appreciate it very much. Thanks so much.
Spreading the word.
Say it again.
Spreading the word. Hopefully everybody can get on board.
Well, what do you get on board with Kek for? What's up with Kek?
Just get on board.
But what on board for
What?
what?
Yeah, like what?
Like,
It's just
like,
Well, I mean, you get like free hot dogs or something if you get on board, or you just like.
no, like, okay, no. If it's like
It's
any
just-
other theology, shouldn't there be
Is
like?
it a theology or a?
basically.
Well, then there's got to be some sort of like.
It's kind of like religion. Like people look up to God. But
Yeah,
they
you
don't-
too. Thank you.
They just it's
Oh, here's the-
comfort. They seek.
I'm.
Hey,
So this is a.
that's me.
No.
Can you explain Kek to us?
Yes, I
It's
can.
a weird.
Kek is a religion. I'm gonna actually do this off camera so that the fucking people on lower heaven don't shoot me. So walk this way. So I
We're
don't.
gonna shoot you.
The internet's not happy with me right now.
Hey, shout out
Oh,
to my guy
really?
Manus.
What did you do?
Your name sounds like anus.
Okay. So essentially, help me. Kek is an ancient Egyptian frog god, and it's this whole thing. It started on 4chan, and yeah, there was this old. It's really weird. There's this like frog statue, and the hieroglyph on it looks like a type of frog. And then people had already been using Pepe, so when they saw that, they were like, "Oh my God, holy shit, frog god!" And so now Pepe is kind of.
So
By
that.
proxy, Kek is kind of the god of 4chan. Now, I should add, it's kind of associated with the alt-right. Now, I'm not associated with the alt-right.
Well, how did it get associated with the alt-right?
Because 99% of the people on that part of the internet are super conservative, and I'm not. That's the thing. I lean liberal, and that's why I didn't want to be on camera saying this, because already pissed off at me. So they're apparently, by saying praise tech, I'm being sacrilegious, and so they started doxing me.
Oh, that's not good. It's not a very kick thing to do.
No, it's not, and it's not stopping me from being out here.
Right.
I'm gonna come and do what I want, and I'm gonna keep doing this, and they're not gonna scare me away.
Right. Well, have they threatened you?
So I just stayed out here.
Yeah.
And they called my school.
They called your school.
Or they emailed my school. Because I was just here messing around yesterday.
Right.
I'm not an anti-Semite. I was just messing around, and I kind of was like talking. I was saying a whole bunch of random crap, and I just kind of whispered Hitler did nothing wrong because most of they found that footage. They sent it to the school and tried to get me expelled. Fortunately, the school knows that I'm a raging.
I don't know, man. He was
like, we know that this isn't
I came in
serious,
at the tail
so
end
I'm
of the
fine.
school
But
speech or whatever. It was something
Well,
about.
that's pretty interesting.
the internet.
And the guy
Well,
that
let me
came
ask you,
in
so
was like,
why did, okay, so the whole thing with kick, that became so that the meme came first,
Yeah.
and then they saw some hieroglyph that looked like the meme, and that just happened to be the kick meme. Okay.
And then the other thing is that kick can be associated with Donald Trump because of this whole weird thing that has to do with the way 4chan works. So like every post gets a random number, and if you have no way of predicting the number that goes up. But if like say the last two numbers are the same, so it ends in like 233 or 444, it's called dubs or trips or funds. And then that's considered to have Trump's blessing. And so I think what happened is on one someone predicted Trump was like he got like trips and like he was right. So now they
Well, he got tripled when someone predicted Trump would win. His number came out. His triple again. So that was.
So they say that that's what we're I just hear, like I said, like my political views are nothing to do with what I'm doing. I'm just here messing around with people and making them laugh.
Yeah.
And I love her.
But the internet's like, you can't be a feminist and do that. And I'm like, yes, I really can.
She's very fat.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the interesting things. Good morning. That's one of the interesting things about
So what's your deal? What are you hoping to get out of this?
You know, that is the thing, really, that these people that are shutting people down fear the
Money,
most.
right? We get money from this.
Right.
Because they can't control you.
Right.
Humor is something that is like an
Because I mean,
involuntary
you're physically gay.
Yeah.
physically control for you.
Yeah.
No, you're physically gay. You're here for something, right? What are you here?
Oh, you're a geek?
You're here. Clearly, unless I'm talking to thin air. Am I crazy?
You're crazy, man.
Unless you're not here too.
Absolutely.
I hope this dog is
It's
real.
like, I've
I
always
don't think
told
she's
everyone,
real.
like, the stuff that I'll say to the stream is
Here.
not representative.
And you're here for
Because I'll
a
say
reason,
stuff
Goldie.
like
curiosity,
I think
or
Hitler did many things
you love
wrong.
my
gotta
I'm
make a
not saying
statement
it
or
because
something?
I
I love
believe it.
them.
I'm saying it because I'm trolling.
Well,
Right.
we came on
Well,
Saturday
there's a lot of trolls.
when it first started.
There's a lot of trolls.
Yeah.
So I'm, you're supposed to come up
I'm
and
happy
chat.
that you
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Tell me about
broken.
that.
No one's listening.
Yeah. What's that all about?
That's called autistic screeching, and
It's
it
just
is the
wild
call
how
of the
many people are
Keckites.
watching.
Oh, the call of the
Like people are giving out their
Basically.
phone numbers and their
Are you a
phones,
Keckite as well?
with like 500 messages.
I just
Yeah.
believe on
Did you get like a hilarious phone number of not one of
It's a
our
long
phones?
story. My stuff's on 4chan. They're mad because I'm
Just use her number.
What?
They're like, you can't do that. You're either alt-right or you're not. And I'm like, no.
Her number.
And I told them, like, my political views have nothing to do with
No,
the
no,
fact
give-
that I'm
give
not
someone's
on
numbers, not
camera,
yours.
So
So,
that's
oh, okay.
different.
I
But they
can find
decided, so
who.
they texted me, or they emailed the school, they emailed all of
shoot,
the
we can't
people,
talk
they
about
emailed
this.
all the people, like, frame.
No.
And they
Let me
sent,
find
like,
someone in my phone.
yeah, they sent a
Just
little
have people
clip
like
of
send
me,
like hate
like,
on them.
clearly joking. They took it out of context, but I said
Say
Hitler
something
did nothing wrong
controversial.
to the camera, and they sent that to the school. Fortunately, like Monica's like, I know you're a feminist, I know you're not serious.
The lady?
This is totally
What?
fine.
The old
So I-
lady?
No, I don't have her number.
It's okay.
You two obviously know each
I
other.
gotta do that tomorrow.
Oh, you go to school
I know. Why
together.
would you do that?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Anna Del Rey.
So I just want to give
So,
you advice.
Anna
If
Del
I say
Rey.
really, really
Yeah, give out Anna's
it's
number.
not representative of me. It's me messing with the internet, and it's not representative.
Is there a way to
Like
get,
I
the
straight up have a
audio
printout of the two guys from college in my backpack because I was gonna mess with them.
They like.
What's up, Tina?
Not what I said, like, but just what I do.
Right.
Some.
Can I get my
I
Yes,
think
you
that's
can.
important. I think
Thank
that's
you.
Oh shit, there's a ladybug on it.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm all in favor of.
Show the ladybug.
Shut up.
Show,
You
oh.
want to do a screen?
I've done so many of those. I'm losing my voice.
good.
I'm gonna
Hey,
tone it
thanks
down.
a lot. If the cat God is watching.
It's okay. I think that was bad.
Okay. Now, let me tell you a little story. It starts off with this little frog, and he lived in the desert. Now, this wasn't a very happy frog. You know, he had a lot of issues. He was on a lot of medication, and he was having some trouble with that. So he decided to come to this cactus, and he decided to ask the cactus, because he seemed like kind of a spiky guy, seemed like he could stand up for himself, what he thought of his situation. Now, this frog was very lonely. Let's call him Bob. Bob the frog. I like that. Okay, so Bob comes up to this cactus, who we'll call Dennis. You know, I'm keeping their information private because I know you, lower heaven, outer heaven, whatever, and I know that you're gonna stalk this frog, so I'm just gonna use these fake names. Anyway, so Bob comes up to, what did I call him? Dennis now. And he says, what do I do? You know, I'm lonely and I'm depressed and I'm stuck in the middle of the desert, and hell, there's no water. I'm a frog. How am I even alive? And Dennis says, you know, dude, you just gotta roll with the flow. And the frog says, well, there's no river. You know, how can I roll with the flow if there's no river? Now, at this point, you know, Dennis rolls his little cactus eyes and he says, well, you know, you gotta find your inner river. And that's all he says. He dies. You know, it's the desert. Even cactuses have to get dehydrated sometime. He just dies. So now our poor protagonist, Bob the Frog, is like, well, shit, you know, what am I supposed to do? This prophet has given me this really cryptic advice, and I don't know what to do. So he goes off on this long quest. He decides, I'm gonna find my path. I'm gonna find the flow. He walks all the way across the desert. He came from Tucson. He went through Albuquerque. I said hi to him. That's how I heard this story, and then we kept in touch, you know. Anyway, so he heads out, and he thinks, you know, the Panhandle of Texas. That sounds like there's water there, right? I mean, you can't blame this guy. He believes what he says what he hears on the internet, and the internet told him go to the Panhandle. There's lots of water. This frog's like, okay. So he goes out there, and what he doesn't realize is that it's full of a whole bunch of Republican, alt-right, you know, people, and they're like, you know, we're not okay with your religion, we're not okay with the fact that you're a frog and that you can talk and that your name's Bob, and so we're going to persecute you. Now this frog's like, bitch, what did I do? You know, I'm just trying to find the vibe, I'm just trying to find the flow. So, you know, he keeps going, he talks to them, and they're getting pretty angry, you know, as alt-right people tend to do, I would know. Anyway, so eventually they say, listen, you've got 10 minutes, then you got to get out of here. Okay? And this frog's like, shit, you know, I can't hop that fast. I can't get all the way from the Panhandle to somewhere more liberal in 10 minutes. And they say, okay, you know what? We have this old shitty pickup truck. You know, we're just going to give you this pickup truck. You can figure out how to drive it. You got long legs. You got them frog legs. And the guy says, okay, you know, I'm just going to do this. And so the frog finds these two little chopsticks, and he uses them to control the pedals, and he starts driving up north, and he finds himself in Colorado. Now he didn't really get very far into the Panhandle. You have to keep in mind that this is a frog, and in Colorado you have to realize that people are very different. There's a whole lot of the devil's lettuce there. So he comes and he sees these people, and they're like, you know, real zoned out, just, and he's like, well, you know, I'm looking for the flow. Praise Keck! And he and he says, you know, what can I do? So they give him a little bit of the devil's lettuce, you know, everything becomes clear to him. He realizes that his calling is in Madrid. He has to become a bullfighter. That's what the gods said to him. So this frog, you know, he gets in someone's luggage. Now, I should tell you real fast, I got in real trouble in the Denver International Airport. I thought that I could go and look for the Illuminati shit, and I ended up getting outside security. True story, and I was there in the line for like an hour, and I almost missed my flight. And so you'd think that the Denver security has got that shit down, but they don't. They didn't notice this little frog, and so he just hopped into someone's bag. You know, this dude was cool. He was like, you know, if you swallow the devil's lettuce so it doesn't get caught in security, I don't have a problem with you. And so the frog goes, okay. He gulps it like a frog does. Gulp! And he goes on his merry way. Now, on the plane to Madrid, you know, he's getting a little bit tired and really dehydrated. You have to keep in mind this is a frog. And since airport security is fucking whack, they weren't able to bring any water in. All they had was vodka, which they got on the plane. Don't ask me why they were able to get vodka, because they were clearly intoxicated already because they've been smoking the devil's lettuce. Anyway, so they get on this plane to Madrid, and the frog's like, you know, just give me anything, any hydro, any watery substance, anything wet. I'll drink that shit. You know, he's really tired. He's traveled from nowhere, Arizona, to the Panhandle, to Colorado, and now he's on the way to Madrid. So he decides, okay, I'm just gonna get in a little bath of this. So he gets in the little cup that the airline gives you, you know, full of vodka, and it starts seeping into his pores, you know, and at this point the frog's kind of tripping out, you know, because he's only like this big, you know, he doesn't have that big of a tolerance, and on the way, you know, his heart starts to beat really fast, and eventually it explodes, and he dies. And now the person that was carrying him, we'll call him Shia. Now, Shia is... I'll be done in a sec.
Okay.
I just gotta finish my saga. Okay, so Shia's like, you know, you seem like a cool dude, and I might be a little bit, you know, fucked up in the head, so I'm gonna carry your body, and I'm gonna bring it to Madrid. So what he did, Shia took this poor little dead frog, Bob. I was very sad to hear of his loss, by the way. Anyway, so he takes this frog, he goes all the way to Madrid, he gets him through security. I don't know how. Shia's crazy, he's got connections. And he throws this frog into this bullfighters arena, and there's this big matador fight going on, and you'll have to wait till next time.
Now I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Whenever you were discussing, you were saying that that the alt-right
Maybe
was
don't
getting
be on camera right now.
that the alt-right was violent or as they tend to be, or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, would there be a difference between the way that the alt-right, would there be a difference because the people that you're talking about that are hassling you on the internet right now, they're your people, they're your folks. What's the difference between the way they're treating you and the way that you believe that the alt-right treats others?
Well, I think it's very representative, you know.
Hey guys, I'm just really all about having no religious discrimination, and I just recently got out of the Museum of the Holocaust, and it's really powerful. It really made me think, and pretty much what I did notice that they did not carry in the Holocaust Museum was first off, 6 million Jews did not die. It's much higher, like 6 billion, maybe 6 quadrillion. Like, we need to realize just how bad the Nazis really were. And not only did they kill Jews, but they also killed Kektians. It was horrible. They killed followers of Kek for nothing. And people don't appreciate that. People don't realize what Kektians have gone through. Okay. How's it going? What other stuff do I have to bring up about the Kektians? Thousands and thousands died, so whenever someone just says, like, does any Nazi shit, it really just insults Kektians, because people don't really notice how many Kektians died that day. It was horrible. Also, there's a guy from the other He Will Not Divide Us named Paperboy, and he would say horrible things about Kek. Horrible things. He said one thing about Kek. He said, the Kek followers are immunized against all dangers. One may call them a memester, a shit poster, a frog lover. But call them a Kek lover, and it's horrible, I can barely say it, and they will shrink back as if to say, I've been found out. It is horrible what they do. Paperboy, he says that milk, the patron drink of Kek, he said it was something about white power. I don't know. Paperboy is full of hatred, and I looked at his raps, and I noticed allusions to pizza, cheese pizza specifically, and that really made me think. It's really horrible. Anyways, I just checked the news. You guys know there was 3 shooters in Toronto. One of which got away. His name's Sam Hyde. He says he's gonna be coming in 30 minutes and he's gonna slaughter us all. So I better get the fuck out of here. I gotta go.
Hey. Oh no, I just wanted to say that I say a prayer for you, Mr. President Trump, that you do the right thing. There's so much bad and things going on so far that we can't handle anymore. But I pray for you, and I hope you do good. And God bless you. Bye.
Hey, man.